Welcome back. Lost Kid Gambit here. Hope you had a good day or having one. Today I just wanted to dive in a little bit about the concept of motivation vs discipline and how each really affected my lifestyle and my work in the studio, the outcome, and generally life. I'm still working my mic setup for these recordings for the YouTube stuff, so I hope it sounds alright. I'm still working on it with the placement and everything. I really try not to edit too much these videos, I'm just keeping it one take, raw and honest. It's not a TV channel or anything like that. So let's dive into it. So basically, most of my years making music, I was really relying on this high feeling that like really like burning motivation inside to take over the world with my music and just be in the studio as much as I can, learn and. The days I didn't have that, I was feeling like I cannot even enter the studio. And that was kind of weird to me. And slowly with time, different things made this motivation for me. In the beginning, it was in a sense was the music, it was the improving myself aspects of it. But with the years, it's became the wrong motivations like drugs and female attention in general. I was young, when I went on my first tour, I was 21, and I was a little bit, I didn't know how to handle it in that age, even though it wasn't some great success, so I didn't make millions, but yeah, it was a little bit hard to digest, so I was always chasing this bigger and bigger motivation, so called, to continue and do it as much as I can. And the more I chased this motivations, the least I could be in the studio as much as I was in the beginning in my like innocent years, the years I started producing. I could like had the sessions straight up 4 or 5 hours, fully focused, no drugs, barely eating or even leaving the room. Not like I'm recommending it to somebody, but hyper focus without trying too much, just the love for the music. Slowly, with success, exposure, attention, it started to shift, to those things. To now, I need some outcome out of those sessions and this focus, and my focus started to shift, and my attention span started to be shorter with the phones getting into my life, Instagrams, Facebook, all that, people hitting me up, me being young. So yeah, I kind of was lost in the sauce, you can call it, I guess. And for like a big chunk of my career, I was not sure what's not going right, but something was wrong, and it was just getting worse and worse with each session, and obviously it was like in front of me all that time. Like for a normal person who's not like dealing with addictions or who is not an artist, it's a little bit weird, that how you didn't notice it. But I was like too deep inside that to see it from perspective from outside. So after when I did looked at it a little bit, I hit my rock bottom. I couldn't be in the studio for more than an hour without being on some type of drug and on the phone and chasing validation all over. And I really was, because always my first and foremost, like biggest goal was to create music that I will be proud of and that I enjoy listening and making. And when I started to lose that, I really felt ashamed and I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror. I was wasting my day chasing my girlfriend and drugs and attention online, looking for the biggest income, looking for some lifeless jobs to replace me in case if my music don't go as hard as I want, just because I need to maintain this lifestyle. And I really was watching my music passion crumble away, basically. And I'm thanking God that like around a year ago I started like seriously tackle my addiction problems and whatever, all my mental issues. We can dive into it some other day. And I start to see those patterns, and that this is actually was standing in my way in the studio as well, that I was chasing this motivation. I was really scared also in the rehab process that how I'm gonna be in the studio, will I be able to even make music? I was doubting my value, even if I have it without those things. Can I feel it like that? Can I make music like that? And obviously it was all just fake paranoia and voices in your head from those shitty drugs telling you stuff that not true. You obviously can do it. Anybody who listen to it, you can do it, and you can do it better without all this shit and distractions and motivations. So my point is, when I shift this the source of power from motivation being discipline, when I made it into me have to show up daily, doesn't matter what, even if my motivation is high or low, even if I'm rehabbing and or I relapse, doesn't matter what, I'm showing up, good or bad. And my mission is to regain my hyper focus and long session skill. And the more sober I got, then I noticed that the more focused I was able to get again. And slowly, it took about a year. I also broke up with my ex-girlfriend now, and it was exactly, I started to rebuild this workflow, which I lost. It took time to lose it too, right? So it took let's say 5 years to lose it, after 5 years of making it, or even more. And then it took around a year. I would say like maybe in the last 2 weeks I'm really able to sit my ass down and work. Finally, after 3 years, I finally finished my album for my Gambit project. It's a Psytrance project. It's not what this YouTube channel was about, but now when I'm opening up the borders for this thing, I just want to introduce this thing to you too. I will upload a couple of snippets here. I know it will be probably sounding really weird. It's really off topic compared to my music that I used to post here, and I will post my main project, of course. But this is another part of me. It's very important to me. It was actually existing before this project, since I'm 18 years old. And the last album I dropped to this project was exactly 3 years ago, on the 23rd February 2023. And then I kind of had a little bit success with it, but not enough. I was doing my move here, so I kind of started to lose passion for the Psytrance. It's been already a long run for me at that point. Also in Canada, there is not a big scene of it like I had back home in Israel. And but at some point, I started to get sober. A lot of bad stuff happened back home, which in a bad, obviously in a horrible way, motivated me again to make sure that I do come back with this music again, just to respect the victims, which we'll dive into in another episode as well. But basically, that was my mission. And the more sober I got, sorry guys, the more sober I got, my mom's calling. The more sober I got, the more time, the more time sober I was, the longer my sessions became. And now, exactly like a couple days ago, I finished my album with Gambit, 15 tracks as a regular version of it, and 19 or 20 for the deluxe. dropping 22nd of February, exactly 2 years, 3 years after my previous album, Minus a Day. This time I mixed and mastered it myself, very excited, very proud that I really managed to sit my ass down after so many years and do it. So my point was that I really cannot imagine myself doing that with just motivation as fuel. Discipline definitely gave it to me a different type of power, and especially in the not fun parts. Like I mentioned, mixing and mastering the album was like really hard, really challenging. It's a mix of genres, from metal to electronic to that and this. A lot of rules to follow, a lot of different platforms. It was really challenging, and I cannot imagine myself doing it. The old me, the old me wouldn't be able to do that. So I am really crediting discipline for this improvement, and I will be very, very excited to share it with you guys very soon. And I guess that's it for today. Sorry for talking so much, just was on my mind, and I really wanted to share it with you. Peace.